Good evening to everyone here. Good evening to you. You're welcome to Crystal African Television. We are transmitting from UK, from London to be precise. Please, can you share this program for us? It's an educative program for tonight. You're going to learn quite a lot. So please share this program, share. I want to appreciate my sister Yalode Akonke Olaobaju Ekalema. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ẹ káalẹ́ ẹ kú dédé ìwòyí ṣàlàáfíà ni mo bá yín ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ má bínú pé ó tójọ́ méjì kóòdì ló mú wa ẹ ti mọ̀ pé kóòdì ti dé ń sìn àwa kan tí wẹ́dà bá ti change àwa náà máa ń bá wẹ́dà change ni so ẹ má bínú sí wa Yẹ́misí Olúfẹ́mi ẹ káalẹ́ mà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà behind the camera tí mi ò rí yín ẹ káalẹ́ gbogbo yín ni mo kí. Pàápàá ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube wa, please subscribe to our YouTube. It is Crystal African TV. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ subscribe síbẹ̀. Mo máa ń sọ fún wa wípé ó ṣe pàtàkì kí gbogbo wa ká subscribe sí Crystal African TV. The reason is ìgbà míì máa wà tó jẹ́ pé Facebook lè dáhùn kó má ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ wò wá ẹ fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ìdí nìyẹn tá a fi máa ń sọ wípé kẹ́ subscribe sí YouTube channel wa so ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa pín káàkiri. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tèmi lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin ẹ káalẹ́ kò ní pẹ́ rárá ìṣẹ́jú díẹ̀ náà la sáré fẹ́ fi ṣètò yìí kó má di pé ẹ ti ẹ̀ gbúròó mi rárá níbo lọmọbìnrin yìí gbà lọ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ so that is why tí mo fi wò pé ó yẹ kí n jáde briefly. Mo nígbàgbọ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ni ẹ ti ń retí mi pàápàá fún àwòrán tí mo gbé jáde fún wa tí a mọ̀ sí pósítà tí àwọn olóyìnbó máa ń pè ní pósítà gbogbo wa láti rí wípé a fẹ́ bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí nǹkan tí a gba àlejò pàtàkì. Tá bá sọ pé a ní àlejò, he is an icon in his own way. Gbogbo wa la jẹ́ pàtàkì àbí nídìí iṣẹ́kíṣẹ́ tá a bá ń ṣe tí wọ́n mọ̀ wá sí. Ẹ má bínú ẹnu mi lè máa ṣera wọn because mo ṣe lọ yọ eyín mi so mo wà tense so ẹ má bínú sí mi. Now gbogbo wa ni professional in our own way but ó depend lórí ibi tẹ́ bá ríra yín sí. If you think you're a professional, well, you can come here tẹ́ bá fẹ́ educate àwọn èèyàn wa àwọn ọmọ wa àwọn èèyàn wa back home àwọn tó wà nílùú ìpàápàá tí àwọn náà ń ronú pé kí ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún wọn ò mọ ọ̀nà àbáyọ ọ̀nà àbáyọ là ń wá fún yín gbogbo ìgbà kọ́nà la fi máa ṣe àwọn ètò tó jẹ́ wípé ó wà controversial àwọn ètò míì wà educative tó yẹ ká máa ṣe ká máa mú wá fún yín lọ́lọ́kun òjọ̀kan so that a lè learn from each other and that is why tá a fi mú ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n gbajúgbajà tí a mú wọn wá sí orí ìkànnì à ń retí wọn kí wọ́n wọlé ní ó dàbí pé wọ́n ti wọlé inú mi dẹ̀ dùn láti rí wọn pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti wọlé ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé wọn wọlé gbogbo yín lẹ ti mọ orúkọ tèmi Erelú Àbíkẹ́ Adé lórúkọ mi àmọ́ mo ní àlejò pàtàkì ní àṣálẹ́ yìí àlejò tí mo dẹ̀ ní yìí òdú ni wọn kì í ṣe àìmọ̀fólókò ẹ lè má mọ̀ wọ́n ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó mọ̀ wọ́n kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn náà lèèyàn máa ń mọ̀ ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí kó lọ káàkiri nítorí pé àti pọ̀ tó mo fẹ́ ká pọ̀ jù báyìí lọ so that a lè enjoy program yìí bí mo ṣe sọ fún yín pé a ò ní gbà yín lákòókò púpọ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní orí YouTube wa ẹ káalẹ́ ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ kújọ́ méjì ṣé dáadáa la bá yín. Mo ní àlejò pàtàkì ọmọ yín ọmọ wa ọmọ Yorùbá pọ́nbélé ni wọ́n lè sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì mo máa ń sọ fún yín pé gbogbo wa kọ́ la lè sọ Yorùbá bíi ti tèmi báyìí gbogbo èèyàn dẹ̀ kọ́ ló lè sọ òyìnbó bíi ti tiwọn náà so a máa ṣe àdá méjèèjì papọ̀ ní àṣálẹ́ yìí nítorí wọ́n ní tí ọmọ ẹni bá dára ká wí tí ọmọ ẹni bá dára ká sọ gbogbo wa náà là ń pòwe lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta yìí fún àwọn olóṣèlú lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan ìjèjì wípé èmi ló kàn èmi ló kàn èmi ló kàn a dẹ̀ ń pa òwe lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan wípé ọmọ ẹni ò ní ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká fi ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ sídìí ọmọ ẹlòmíì àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ kò burú. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé àlejò mi wọlé. Wọ́n máa bá wa sọ òyìnbó, wọ́n bá wa sọ Yorùbá, any language tó bá comfortable fún wọn, tí wọ́n find pé wà convenient fún wọn láti lè communicate, ìrun náà fi máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò yìí ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tiẹ̀ kọ́ gbé wọn wọlé ná, ká wò bí bóyá àwọn ni à ń retí àbí àwọn kọ́. Ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lójú yìí, ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí. Nítorí tí a bá ń ṣe nǹkan báyìí, ó yẹ kí ẹ lè máa bá wa share. Inú mi ti ẹ̀dùn nígbà tí wọ́n wọlé bá ẹ̀rín ni wọ́n fi wọlé, which means pé èmi yìí máa yàtọ̀ ni. When my guest comes in with smiles, it tells a lot about the program, about the show, about what we're about to ask. So you're welcome. So good evening to you.
Mo kí yín gan, mo gbọ́ Yorùbá, ẹ jẹ́ bóyá ká fi Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀. Mo kálẹ̀, mo lè kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin.
Ṣé pé gbọ́ Yorùbá? Èmi ò mọ̀ pé gbọ́ Yorùbá o.
Mo ń gbìyànjú.
Torí pé wà kó tó di pé a máa tẹ̀síwájú àkọ́. Ẹ bá mi, we really want to know you better so that we know how to address you, sir. So please, can you tell us in full what your name is?
Ẹ ṣé Erelu, mo lè kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ìlà náà. Orúkọ àbísọ mi ni Kẹ́hìndé Samuel Adébáyọ̀.
Wow. So
yes, but now orúkọ mi, because mo ti change orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan rí from Samuel to Samuel, mo fi ẹ síwájú ẹ̀.
Mo ń bọ̀ lórí yẹn. So ẹ ti bá mi tún orúkọ yẹn sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, torí mi ò gbọ́ dáadáa, àwọn èèyàn ò dẹ̀ gbórúkọ yẹn dáadáa. Kí lorúkọ yín lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́?
Kẹ́hìndé Samuel Adébáyọ̀.
Adébáyọ̀, Kẹ́hìndé Samuel Adébáyọ̀. Ó dáa, nígbà tí tán fi orúkọ yín ṣọwọ́ sí mi, mo rí wípé King Samuels lorúkọ yín. Mi ò gbọ́ rí láyé mi, I've never heard of it. Wípé èèyàn máa ní orúkọ, á tún fi ẹ̀sì sí ẹ̀yìn Samuels. Ṣé Samuels yẹn ṣé wọ́n pọ̀ ni? Torí ohun tó bá ti ju méjì mẹ́ta lọ, lèèyàn máa ń fi àkàwé tó yín o. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti ju méjì mẹ́ta lọ ni a máa ń fi ẹ̀sì sí, àbí ká fi apostrophe sí lẹ́yìn ká wá fi ẹ̀sì sí. But orúkọ tí King Samuels, ǹjẹ́ lè ṣàlàyé fún wa? Why are you king? Why are you King Samuel? Why is the S at the end of your Samuel? Can you please explain to us, please, before we can start? Thank you, sir.
On a lighter note, Yorùbá ní ọkùnrin mẹ́ta, you know.
Yes, so,
it's all right. So that Samuels came about while I was in the university, right? Ladoke Akintola University of Technology in Imulo. So while I was there in the university, though I did struggle through my studies, but Ọlọ́run fún mi ní ability láti ṣe iṣẹ́, because I studied fine and applied. Most of the works are, of course, practical based. So mo máa ń ṣe iṣẹ́ títẹ̀ mi, màá tún ṣe iṣẹ́ fún àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tí wọn ò bá ní àǹfààní agbára láti ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ yẹn. So at that point, I realized I could do more than what one person was doing. So ibẹ̀ ni mo ti wò pé okay, my name shouldn't just be singular, because a reflection of me is actually in plural. So why not? And to buttress it further, nígbà tí mo parí tí mo ṣe the first iṣẹ́ tí mo rí, in fact the first 3 jobs tí mo ṣe, I worked as logistic officer and HR manager. I worked as a protocol officer, as HR manager. So mo máa gba 2 different roles, which wasn't my making, but at that point it was a confirmation that I'm not just Samuel, I'm Samuels.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. Thank you so much, because mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rò láti bí some days with YS. And you are very particular about adding the S into your name. Because when I was, arranging that name, I said King Samuel, and you corrected me, and you said S. And I'm like, why the S? I was wondering, why the S? Anyway, thank you for the explanation. Mommy, Moki Boba, you are welcome. My mother is here. Deaconess Eileen, mommy, you are welcome. Sadegbe, so my classmates, welcome. Said, you are welcome. And those of you tell our YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Crystal Island Television. And for those of you that I cannot see, you are most welcome. Continue to share this program. It's very, very educative. You wait until then. Again, you are welcome, sir. I would like to call you Kehinde. I love the twins. I really love them. So Omo Kehinde gbẹ̀gbọ́n ni, but then you prefer to be called King Samuels. Yes? So Ejire Oyilaki, Ọba Ọmọ. Táyélolú yín ńkọ́? Àbọ̀ ti lọ lóyìnbó.
Ó lọ Èkó. Èmi tí wà ń lé Ìgbò báyìí, so òun lọ Èkó.
Okay. So, all right. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ó yẹ ká jẹ́ kó máa kí yín ní ìbejì o, because ìbejì ọlọ́lá ni wọ́n, olówó ni wọ́n, ọlọ́rọ̀ ni wọ́n. So, ẹ má fi yẹn pamọ́ nínú orúkọ yín. So that nígbà táwọn èjìrẹ́ bá máa wá yín wá, wọ́n á tún padà wá sílé yín nígbà tẹ́ bá máa bí wọn lọ́mọ. So, it's very, very important. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. You are very much welcome. Tony Gabriel, you are welcome as well. So, I'm not going to take much of your time, sir. I'm going to be very, very, I'm very mindful of time because I have to go to work as well. So the first question that I'll be asking you is, how long have you been in UK? Sorry to ask. And what do you do for a living?
It's all right. It's not so much of a personal question, so it's okay. I have been in the UK for 15 months now. I came in August last.
Just 15 months.
That's a lot of time.
Only 15 months.
That can also be a lot of time.
I was expecting you to say 15 years. Wow. Okay.
So.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. So, and I came a master's degree in human resource management at the Bradford University here. So, but while during the program, at about 6 months into the program, I actually felt dissatisfied and feeling unfulfilled with it, So, and of course, I moved closer to God. So I realized the purpose for my life. So at that point, I decided to yield onto the call, and so this is what brought me to where I am right now. But so far, I've only lived 15 months here.
Okay, if you don't mind, you speak Yoruba fluently, I can tell. So which part of Yoruba land are you from?
All right, that's also a tricky question because my parents are from Kogi State, right? But I was born and brought up in Lagos.
Okay, so you carry dual nationality. You're from Lagos State and from Kogi State. All right. You once more. So, you said you came into the country to do your master's degree. So, are you done now? So, if you are done, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
I mean, your specialty, your area of specialty.
During my master's program, I've got 20 hours of work. So I worked first as ambassador at the university, then more share as in a school as a teaching assistant in a secondary school because I love to teach. So, but recently, just last month, I had to resign because of this exhibition, so that I can give it all it takes. Because most of the time, I don't sleep until around 4 a.m. So this is Timba school. I'm not giving the very best I could give. So I felt it's not. So rejection. So right now, I would say I'm just more of an artist. I'm a painter and I'm a photographer. So and that's what I want 100%.
So So to say, you are an artist person. You love drawings and things like that. So tell me, how do you think this artwork could be developed and used to pass a message? Are you getting this question? And used to pass political message for good governance?
Yeah, art is actually an expression of thought. That my kind of art isn't just expression of my own, just my thoughts. My paintings are inspired by the Bible as a Christian. So each time I read the Bible, right after right reading through the passages, I come up with pencil drawings, and eventually I develop it into a painting. So, and I do abstract art. Initially, I started with full colors, but eventually I realized God tells me, see, the world is actually is light and dark. So, and that is it. So it's for me, and the
That
purpose.
is the reason why your abstract is in black and white.
Exactly.
Because most of your artwork are in black and white.
All
So
of
I
it,
was going
actually.
to ask you, is there any particular reason for that?
Yeah, it's because life itself is left to right, light, dark, and black, white, good, bad. So what's your journey, right? But the essence of my work itself isn't just expressing my feelings, like I said. It's just I'm anointed to actually proclaim the excellencies of God. So all of my piece is just showing God's glory.
So to say, you are more or less, well, let me just say that you're a Christian. So you love Bible, you love reading Bible, and you believe so much in it. So in a way, Sebaka Bible, you sort of translate it into your artwork. Is that what you're telling?
Yes, exactly. Because while reading the Bible, in fact, in the middle of it, I will just get a message that look, pick up this verse and translate it into a painting, and those paintings are what is speaking to the audience right now. And
So thank you for that. I heard you talking about exhibition. So when is your next exhibition coming up?
yeah,
And where?
yeah, it's actually my first, and it's been my childhood dream. I'll tell you something about this exhibition. 20 years ago, I wrote poems as far back as at that time. So I wrote a poem that I did an exhibition in the Queensland. That was what it was called at that time.
Okay.
Little did I know I was going to come to England, and eventually I found myself in England. And I just see it as an opportunity to materialize my childhood dream. So the exhibition is titled Transcendence, which means I'm in communication with the superior one, the supreme one. And and the exhibition is taking place in Bradford at Fountain Church, of which I'm a member of the church. So it's taking place at the church on this Friday, 11th to 13th. It's a 3-day event.
Okay. So why Bradford? Is it because you're based in Bradford, or why? Because a lot of Nigerians, to say, they don't live in Bradford. They stay mostly in London or suburb. Why in Bradford?
Well, immediate community is a place I've lived for 15 months. And aside from that, uh, it's also not very easy to get venue for an exhibition. I do come to London frequently, and I've approached several art galleries, but surprisingly, many of them are actually booked in 2024. So it's a lot easier to just get a platform in a local church, and that's how it is. Then to correct the fact that there are not so many Nigerians. In fact, Bradford has the highest number of Nigerian community presently. So it's yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So tell me the impact that you think this exhibition is going to have on our Black ethnics, mostly Nigerians, because I'm very, very concerned about my people, Nigerians and Yorubas. So what impact do you think this will have over our people, Nigerians, Yorubas, most importantly?
Yeah, the major impact it's going to have is the fact that um, it tells the story that everyone can actually achieve their dream, be it back home in Nigeria or in England. If you think about it, what is most important is have a dream, and what the Bible asks. Once you have a dream, we should know what we want to ask for. And when we ask God for it, we're definitely going to bring it to be. So we don't necessarily have to do what we don't enjoy doing, or work all the kind of, as you know, in England here, a lot of people work to pay the bills, but that shouldn't necessarily be the case. We can actually do what God has destined us to do, and that way we are fulfilled, and that way we are at our best, and that way we are happier. So I think that is the impact it's a message is going to pass across.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me quickly acknowledge Olayemi Olayinka Adepitan from USA, you're welcome. My brother Simi Mugbede TV, you're welcome. And those of you that are behind the camera that I cannot see, you're most welcome. Today in our studio, as you can see, I have with me King Samuels, telling us about his artworks. And as you heard him talking about what he loves to do, he is a Christian, and he talk. I don't know how to put this to you, King Samuels, because you talk most of the time, it's all about God and God and God. So I want you to tell us, are you planning to become a pastor, or you're planning to sow a seed and start, preaching the word of God, or having a church of your own? Because it's like everything comes from God. The inspiration comes from God all the time before you do things.
Yeah, well, the truth about it is, none of us, or all of us, do not necessarily have to start a church to be to fulfill our purpose. Like, I always want to liken it to our mobile phone. Many of us are in mobile, but we don't make the optimum use of that mobile phone. In fact, there's a lot of functions to our new phone until someone shows us that, you can do a screenshot and scan it. Some amazing things our phone can actually do. So, and what that means is every product, lonely function to echo. So the same thing with our life. Every one of us on earth, purpose, very distinct purpose for each and every one of us. So in fulfilling our purpose, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in a church. I have to sing or I have to preach. I'm preaching with my artwork, and I'm making a message. And my life itself should actually be a message to people, and so should everyone's life. So it's just all about God. Once we are not in tune with the inventor, the creator, I'm a struggle there. In fact, which has been my story all my life. We just struggle and miss. But once we fine-tune ourselves, just like a radio station, once we get that exact frequency, it becomes very clear, very audible, and we just start. It's just so easy. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so easy. It's a good.
Okay, so after this exhibition, what next? What next?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to find out. You live in Bradford, you live in UK. I don't know if this artwork is totally acceptable in a white man's land. How do you see it?
Well, so far the acceptance has been very welcome. In fact, beyond what I expected. That's actually been my fear as well. That can I actually live on it? I mean, my painting is abstract. Will they even understand it, welcome it? But opposite has been the case, because like I said, it's not of me, but of who has called me. So I will tell you a story as well. There is an article on Telegraph and Argos. I never knew I was going to get that interview or that. I to God, look, God, if this is your calling, then show me a sign. I want to be popular. I want to be famous. Of course, I believe everyone wants to be. But then he says, just do my work. Then everything you ask for, I am going to do. So, and on that day, I was at the city center. I just met a journalist who interviewed me. After he finished interviewing me, I just had a chat with him. That, look, you know what? I think I'm coming up with an art exhibition. This is what I want you to do for me, and that was it. And aside from that, now, you reached out, people have reached out to me, and it's not because come find it now, but I believe it's just what God has destined. Ọlọ́run ti tò sílẹ̀, ètò ní. So at
Okay.
each time, mama your card yẹn kalẹ̀.
Okay,
So
you as a young man, coming up with this artwork and this, God has spoken to me. I have, I get these inspirations from God, and I'm going to put it down in artwork. What advice can you give to the young Nigerians that are just coming into UK for the first time? What advice can you give to them as a young man yourself?
honestly, I think the first thing is nobody should rush into any job. In fact, the very first job anyone who is new in the UK, the first work they should look at is in line with what they have passion for, what they really want to be, what they want. There is a lot of opportunity in the UK, I must tell you. It's a very welcoming country, and we all know despite the fact that we feel the respect is there, you are not going to be you can sleep with your door wide open, So we shouldn't approach anything with fear. We should first align ourselves with God and trust Him for actualization of that dream. My advice will be, have a dream, have it written down, clearly written down, know exactly what you want, ask Him for it, and follow it through. Easy.
Okay, thank you. Even though you've been following your dreams and you're very passionate about what you want to do, any challenges for the past 15 months you've been in this country? Tell us if your journey has been that smooth or any challenges so far.
Even on a roster, it's not meant to be smooth, So this is it. He will show you where he's taking you to, but he won't tell you the junctions and the bus stops on the road. So there are some bus stops where you have to stay longer, and you can't control that. While there are some bus stops where there will be no passenger waiting, then the driver will just drive you through. Then it makes your journey quicker. So
Yes.
it's been up and down. I mean, I've had to do, like I said, I've had to do the job. Well, I didn't mention that I worked with Mark and Spencer, but yeah, it's a good job. But I've had to do some jobs that I don't really feel I would have loved to do if I have all the wealth, But yeah, that is it. And there are times, and as it is in UK, loneliness can be a big thing as well. So you just have to. So it's just a lot of things up and down. There are times with my lecturer over grades. So it's just that's how it is.
Okay, thank you, King Samuels. Please tell us quickly, 1 second. Let me quickly acknowledge my audience. Talks Odunsi, you're welcome. Mommy Gladys Raymond from France, you're welcome. Ademola Sunday, my boss from work, Fentola Akinrodoye, you're welcome. Bolalade Suru, Carola Omoyele, and all of you, you're most welcome. What you can do for me is to share this. Please share this. It's very, very important to me. This young man has a dream, and he's pursuing his dream, and we really want to help him to get to that top. Now, back to you, King Samuels. Thank you for coming. I can see that you are home. I believe you are home right now.
Yes, I am.
I don't know if you have any painting right there at home that you can show to us.
Well, I think at the background you can see.
I can see one.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, that is titled "Peace Be Still," and it's taken from 4 verse 39. When Jesus Christ was in a boat with the disciple and he was sleeping, and there was a big storm, so he had to come and calm the storm. And I've got another one that's taken from Genesis 1:12. I have it right here. It's titled "Plant Yielding Its Own Kind." So that's that. So aside from painting, like I said, I am also into photography. So I do envirography, how beauties that would normally just walk past, and how we as humans interact with our environment. So I will quickly show you one here. All right. So this is titled Brought Forth. All right. This is a plant growing and blossoming from a wall.
Yes.
So what that tells us is, if God has destined you to achieve for a purpose, despite all the odds, despite all the challenges, stay true to him, you are going to bring comfort, and you're not just going to comfort, you are going to blossom and bring out the flowers.
So thank you so much. I can see you're a believer. You believe so much in God, and you believe not in your dreams alone. You believe that everything is possible with God in your journey, in everything that you do. So, as a man of God that you are, even though you're not a pastor, I want you to advise the young ones, because you had a lot of things that are going on in Yoruba land. We are trying to get our Yoruba nation. Graduates are back home in Nigeria. There is no job, nothing for them to do. And you are here telling us you've been here 15 months only, but then you are somewhere already. So how will you advise the young ones back home that are watching this show tonight, this interview, to tell them that it's never too late? They can still make it in life. What can you say to them? How can you encourage?
Yeah, what there's nothing like time being too late. At every point in your barbarian call, it's a saying that said the best time to plant a tree was 15 years ago, and another best time is right now. So at any time your body discover purpose here, it's the right time to start growing and to start blossoming. So what I would say is, first is identify, knowing who they really are. And as a Christian, as you know, so I always want to refer everyone to 1 Peter 2:9. The Bible clearly says who we are. We are chosen
What
race.
about
We are
non-Christians? What will you say to non-Christians?
Yeah,
what will you say to non-Christians?
It's all right. Yeah, I think it applies to all. It's knowing who you really are in God, as long as you believe in God. So knowing who you are in God, and God, of course, I will always refer to my own Bible that says, I've got plans for you, and the plans are good, that will give you a bright future. God has excellent plans. So all we need to do is, okay, key into that plan that, okay, this is who I am in God. This is who God says I am. Once you identify who you are, then, and you know your purpose, then it's in fact, that is the very big first order we need to get off the way. Many of us, like I've lived 45 years of my life, I wasn't doing badly in HR, but that isn't my calling. That isn't my purpose in life. So that way, all you will just be doing is working, paying, and having money to buy wines, and but there's more to life than that.
If you don't mind me asking, what are your plans? Are you planning to go back to Nigeria, or you're staying in this country for as long as you want?
Well,
the reason why I'm asking this question, a lot of youth will be watching this program. They might be interested in what you do, and they might want to contact you. So are you planning to stay, or you're planning to go back? And there's a question on the screen for you from Mr. Frambelo. Are these paintings abstracts from the Bible in black and white?
Sorry.
The question is there.
Okay. Yes, they are. The paintings are in black and white, and it's called monochrome, and it's taken from Bible. They are Bible verse inspired. And the second one is, how will the churches take these paintings? Well, the thing is, well, in England there is huge appreciation for photography, right? So, funny enough, I won't be surprised if I have more population of the white, that's the native in England here, than the Africans, but there's no way it can be the money, because for every painting there is a Bible verse attached to it, and you just need to open your mind to see, to understand the
I really want you to address the bottom bit. It says, my second question is, how will the churches take this painting serious and not label your creative talent as demonic?
It is, anything that is inspired of God is true and it's open. That is one of the reasons why this exhibition is taking place in the church in first place. I said I've been to a lot of art galleries, and I couldn't get a slot for venue because God knows what He wants to do. why I have got a website, so the works are there. It's well explained, and it's Bible inspired. Anything that is Bible is just like Bible. You need the Holy Spirit to show you the meaning of even the verses you read.
Okay, because this gentleman is actually throwing you questions upon questions. He went in to say that the problem he foresees are the evangelicals within and outside Nigeria. So it's, you understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, it is true. But like I said, I will tie back to a previous question: if the road has been smooth, and what are the challenges? If we dwell on challenges, then we'll probably never take a step. So as long as I am doing what is true and what is inspired of God, I do not necessarily have to bother myself too much with how it's going to be received or with the kind of feedback I'm getting. Even Jesus Christ will take, of course, as you know, in England, for everything you have to seek consent. Jesus Christ will heal a man who has been lame for years. He still has to seek his permission. Do you want me? Do you want me to heal you? So it's my do what God has asked me to do, and eventually I leave the rest to him.
Okay, thank you so much. A lot of people are commending you here. Actually, one of my my senior child manager nurse at work actually wrote, where is it? Thanks for guys. He has a great talent to showcase. So I asked you a question like earlier on. I said, if you remember, I said, do you intend to go back home? And how soon? Because a lot of people, a lot of the youth, even not youth alone, not younger ones, even those people that have dreams like you, but they don't know how to actualize it, they might want to contact you. So where do we go from here?
Well, for me, it's one, trusting God and following his lead. And but right now I am transiting from a student visa to graduate visa, which means at least I can stay here legally for the next 2 years, and I intend to take full advantage of that. So my dream, as I am right now, is, if God allows it, I don't mind doing art exhibition all over the world, because I strongly believe this is a global calling. Is not just a local calling, it's a global calling. So if there is the opportunity to go Nigeria, Africa, and every other part of the world to take photographs and do an exhibition, I'm happy to do that, as long as God is expressing his excellencies through my work.
Yes, because you're very positive. You never know where this interview will go to anyway, because I can see some people are already typing saying that, keep trying. One day there'll be a gallery for your display. So wait on God. A lot of people are encouraging you here, and there's nothing difficult for God to do. Good enough, you're very, very positive and you're doing what you love to do. So let me just acknowledge our audience as well. Greetings to every one of you out there. Princess Feyikemi Orlando from USA. Thank you so much. My sister Dikines Veronica Olukon. Thank you for joining, and I'm very sorry for the death of your sister. God will touch your heart. May our soul continue to rest in perfect peace. God bless you. God be with you. If you Oluwade Adedapo, Nikepola Oshun from Nigeria, a lot of you, Bolalade Suru, so many of you, thank you. All you can do for this gentleman is to share this program and let it go viral. Please do so before you leave here tonight. Miss King Samuels, is it okay if we ask for your number? If people want to contact you, how do we get hold of you, sir?
Yeah, probably I will give my website, which is kingsamuels.com. And
Okay.
yeah, and I've got a phone number, which I also don't mind sharing if it starts okay by you.
Please, go ahead.
It's all right. It's a UK number. It's 075 65 28 2155.
2155.
Exactly.
Okay. So for those of you that are wondering, that want to one way or the other, get in touch with him, please, you can contact him via his website, kingsamuels.com, or you can contact him on his mobile 07565 282155. I repeat, 07565 282155. Or you can contact me. If you're finding it difficult to get hold of him, please contact me. Mr. Frambelo wrote, your guest might need to contact the Church of England at the Archbishop's official residence in South London. This will be a good starting point. You never know.
Yeah.
So, yes. So you have good people watching this program right now, and I'm sure they will, sort of be your representative. They will talk about it, they will discuss it, they will pass it around, and you never know. So well done. Sopu Tunshe from Nigeria, you're welcome. Inú mi dùn láti gbà yín lálejò lórí ètò yìí, àní pẹ́ púpọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n a máa gbé yín padà wá síbí. You're an icon in your own little way because you've done so well. Are you married, sir?
Yes, I am married. I've got 3 kids.
So are they here in UK?
Not at the moment.
But you intend longer, because I'm sure this is going to go viral. A lot of people will contact you. So you never know, like everybody has been saying, just leave it to God. Since you believe in your dream and you believe in God, continue doing that thing that you love most. But after this exhibition that you are, is it on the 11th?
11 to 13th, yes.
11 to 13. So it's like 3 days, isn't it? Or 2 days.
Part of Friday.
Yes. So after the exhibition, so what's going to happen? What should we be expecting?
I'll tell you what, I actually finished painting this 4 a.m. today, and I felt what God felt on the 7th day when he rested. I felt a lot relief, and immediately, I will quickly show. Sorry, and immediately he said, "Well, you're only going to rest for a day, and what happened next is Transcendence 2. So it means another set of exhibition is on the way." So
it's on the way. So I'll say congratulations to you, because maybe tomorrow or thereabouts, people will come up with more exhibition for you. You never know. So I wish you all the best of. Before you go again, I'd like you to please advise our people. Things can still be done. You can still achieve things if you're determined. A lot of our people, ni wọ́n ti ṣe yahoo boys, àwọn oríṣiríṣi ni wọ́n ṣe. But you've been to this country only 15 months and see what you've done. Yes? What can you say? How can you advise them? How can you encourage them, especially those young ones back home, or those ones that are in this country that are still thinking, oh, I don't know what to do. The next thing is Kolomajali. What will you say to them?
What I will say to them is, we've got a Father, and that's God. God actually answers prayers. So what we need to do is to pray to him. But before we do the prayer, what exactly, in specifics, what do you want to ask him to do for you? So it's not just about spraying a miss. You want blessing. What is blessing? What does blessing really mean to you? What exactly is the blessing? So we need, our prayer need to be as specific. Dot the I, strike the T's to that at that much. Once we are able to do that, and it's also very important to be very truthful with everyone. Very truthful. When you are not truthful, you are trying to thinking you are outsmarting the other person. You actually strategize yourself.
But do you think prayer still works these days? Because a lot of people, they've moved away from God, especially since COVID-19. So do you think prayer still works wonders?
The Bible says prayer. I believe even in every other good book, prayer without work is nothing. So prayer is just to crown that effort to open up the mysteries. listen, we can't pretend not knowing that this life itself is a mystery.
A mystery.
Yeah, so, and God moved in the deep, in the mystery. So we just need to do our physical effort and go on our knees. The battle is, I mean, whatever it is we're asking for, he will do it. As long as it's according to his will, he will.
Tell us, are you planning to church, or what are you planning to do in the future as a pastor? Because I can see that.
I honestly don't see myself. I honestly don't see myself standing in the pulpit, preaching or pastoring a church. Yes.
Have you not done it before? You have done it before, isn't it? Preaching to others.
I have preached to individuals. In fact, even in England, I've gone out on the streets to minister and pray for people, but not on a as in owning a church. I don't see myself. I think I'm more of an artist, and I think I'm very comfortable this way.
But there will be a time that they will ask you to come and interpret what your painting is. What you said you get inspiration from God, yes, and you put it into artwork. So they may ask you to come out and interpret it. If you can do art exhibition yourself, standing in the midst of so many people, talking to them about your artwork. So what's the big deal about standing in front of the whole church and preach the word of God to everyone?
Well, I don't know. Actually, when I got the calling, so to say, I asked him. I said, I don't even feel qualified to do what you are calling me to do. And he referred me back to when he called Moses. Moses was also giving excuses. Oh, I stammer. I am not very fluent. I'm not a good communicator. I don't speak so. But he says, look, what is in your hand? He says, a rod, a staff. He said, yeah, that is it. That is the tool you need. So yes, as much as if that's what he wants me to do, he will qualify me. So I'm not even bothered about that.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate us that's future we so much in it, and thank you so much for your time. And I don't know if you have a parting word to say to others or to your audience watching.
Yes,
parting word, please.
And yes, the parting word is actually going to be into first is to commend what you're doing, and may God take you beyond your own dream and expectations. And the parting word will be, yes, the parting word will be like I always liken it to a mobile phone. No matter how smart a smartphone is, it can be smarter than the inventor. So I will still recommend that we all connect to our inventor, our creator, the person who designed us. He knows why he put all the functions and the hidden functions. Once we ask him, he will show us this is what this function, this is what this is meant to do. So I would just recommend that we all please go back to our source.
Good. Thank you so much. Before you go, can you please appreciate your audience, because you have quite a number of good people here that share your dreams with you as well, that believe in what you're telling us. So can you please appreciate them before you leave, please?
It's all right. This is exceedingly humbling for me. And to be very honest, this is about the first time I'm getting an interview or audience like this. And it's really amazing. I obviously wouldn't have gotten this if I was teaching or doing, still working at M&S. So I will encourage you all to please do the same, follow your dream. And I thank you all for wonderful comments, inciting questions that are actually putting more insights on me and making me to probe further and even go back to God and ask him more questions. So thank you all for your questions and for your prayer and for your support. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, King Samuel.
Thank you, Lily.
And I look to host you again. I want to have you once again after some time to see how far you've gone. And We'll keep in touch with you. For those of you that are watching, if you want to contact King Samuels, his number is 075 65 282 155. 075 65 282 155. Or you can contact him via his website, kingsamuels.com. Remember the S at the back of Samuel. If you don't put the S, you're not going to get hold of him. You know, he's very, very particular about that S. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming. And I look forward to, seeing you again on this show. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Sir. Bye-bye. Bye. So, one second. Yes. So, mo dúpẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa. Kì í ṣe gbogbo ìgbà náà la kàn máa sọ àwọn nǹkan tí kò mọ́gbọ́n wá. Ẹnìkan jà lénìí, ẹnìkan jà níjẹta. Mo kí ìyá wa Ẹ̀bùn Olúwa. Mo dẹ̀ kí quite a lot of people. Mommy Ononeye Caroline, thank you, ma, for joining, for being part of this very short podcast. So, ẹ ṣé gan ni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Thank you for your time. Ní rí púpọ̀ ní alẹ́ yìí. A máa mú àwọn nǹkan kan tó máa kọ́ wa lọ́gbọ́n, tó máa kọ́ wa ní ìmọ̀ àtòye. Kì í ṣe gbogbo ìgbà kan máa jókòó la máa sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò bákùngbé láàrin ara wa. Ẹ wo arákùnrin 15 months, ẹ̀kan ńlá ló kọ́ wa, just 15 months in UK. Ẹ wo achievement tí máa yìí ti ní within that 15 months. Àwa kan dẹ̀ ti wà ń lù 50 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Tá achieve nǹkan tí máa yìí ti achieve. So what that is telling us ni wípé you must be focused. We have to be focused. And once you're focused, follow your dreams. If you follow your dream and boycott side attractions and be focused and pray over everything that you do, Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. So, oríṣiríṣi irú àwọn èèyàn báyìí, Dwayne TV, my one and only sister, Ọ̀túnba Kẹ́mi Àgbẹ̀, all the way from Canada. Má bínú, mo get carried away. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. My one and only admin, Ọládìméjì Ọbágúlù, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò yìí. Kékeré tá máa rí mọ́ lálẹ́ yìí nìyẹn, because mo lọ yọ eyín mi, so I'm so tense. Gbogbo ẹnu ń dùn mí, but I just have to do this. And mo dẹ̀ tún lọ bí iṣẹ́ lálẹ́ yìí. So please bear with me. I'll come back again and I'll bring more important topic to discuss. And àwọn èèyàn ńláńlá, èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn, a máa gbé wọn wá sórí bíbá tó máa kọ́ wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, tá máa mọ̀ pé ayé òpin síbi kan. Nítorí ibi tí èèyàn bá rìn mọ́, ibẹ̀ ló yí ẹ mọ́. So, Ọlọ́run á kọ́ wa láti mọ̀ ṣe. Mo kí gbogbo wa pátápátá. Ọ̀gá mi Fẹ́yìntọ́lá Akínródòyè, thank you so much, ma. Mo ń bọ̀ níbi iṣẹ́, kò ń ṣe ọ̀dọ̀ wa, mo ń lọ sí PLN, not HTT tonight. So, mo dúpẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín. Thank you for your time. And I'll be back again. From Bello, Ogami, thank you so much. God bless you. Ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí kí n tó máa lọ. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni bí ọkàn mi tó wà behind this program. Ọlọ́run á bá mi wà pẹ̀lú wọn. A máa bá mi dúró tì wọ́n, kò ní fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. You see, nígbà míì téèyàn bá ń ṣe nǹkan tó bá ń dára, èèyàn kan ni. Nǹkan téèyàn ń ṣe tó bá tún ṣe nǹkan tó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan téèyàn ń ṣe, èèyàn kan Ọlọ́run lo èèyàn kan fún èèyàn kan ni. So I thank God for that soul. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa bá mi fún wọn ní ẹ̀mí ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀ àti òye. For a young man, mi ò mọ age máa yẹn, tó sì believe nínú Ọlọ́run, how much more àwa tá a ti dàgbà díẹ̀ tí àti ẹ̀ kí ń lọ sí church mọ́ or something like that. Tá àti ẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run. You see, and this is a young man tó ní vibrant life, future níwájú ẹ̀, tó ń wò tó dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ wípé with God all things are possible. So ẹ má jẹ́ ká ráìtì Ọlọ́run kúrò nínú ayé wa totally. It's very, very important. So on this note, I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much for being here. And before you leave, kindly share this. And I'll come back your way very soon when I'm much, much better. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night. Good night. Bye-bye.